You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got the news. Looks like Caitlin Clark will not be playing tomorrow evening against the New York Liberty. Good God, another hard game to sit through. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. Not looking forward to it. I'm not. Let's check this out. We also got a very interesting sentence, blurb, comment, statement that Caitlin Clark made to her all-star teammate, Sabrina Ionescu. And we will look at that. And I've already looked at the contracts and all of this. Caitlin Clark's doing some recruiting. All right? Everybody's talked about Caitlin Clark going to the Liberty. And it's like, well, what about Sabrina Ionescu coming to the Fever? And look, I love Kelsey Mitchell, but I'm sorry, I'm making that trade off in a heartbeat. Just because Sabrina is, her assist quite a bit higher than Kelsey's, rebounds quite a bit higher, and scoring nearly the same amount of points a game. Sabrina's just a better all-around, less of an ISO player than Kelsey Mitchell. So let's check this out. It appears that Caitlin Clark effect once again won't be felt at the New York Liberty game in Brooklyn this week. Wow. More games where people, remember last year, I think it was the Liberty game where they set a WNBA record with a gate revenue of $2 million. People paid way up for tickets to see Caitlin Clark during their game last year. Per ESPN's Alexa Philippou, the Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White doesn't expect Clark to be available when her squad tips off the second half of the season against the Liberty on Tuesday night at the Barclays Center. Clark is the face of the WNBA, continues to deal with a groin injury, one of several ailments that has interrupted her sophomore season. Quote, I don't expect her to be available Tuesday, White said in Philippou's report. We're just going to continue to take it one day at a time and let her get evaluations earlier this week. Now, one thing I will point out, when she was injured one of the times earlier in the year, Stephanie White acted like she would not play in that next game either. Next thing you know, got up the next day, found out Caitlin Clark's going to play in that game. And it was like, wait, what? Out of nowhere. Sophie Cunningham, I believe, came back. And at the time, they thought neither one of them was going to play. I just don't think she's going to play tomorrow night, though. It's going to be interesting to see how long she doesn't play. Despite the continued rehab, White did say that Clark was, quote, progressing as she and the Fever continue to press forward. Clark was sit for the second straight game as she also missed Thursday's matchup against the Liberty. She was forced to leave last Tuesday's win over the Connecticut Sun early with a groin issue and could only watch as the Liberty downed Indiana 98-77. Yeah, it was a bloodbath. It never, I don't know that it ever felt that close during that game. So there it is. Great. Jesus. We got to do this again. Caitlin Clark made a smart recruiting pitch to WNBA star who's about to be a free agent. This is real, folks. All right. Well, Caitlin Clark roasted Kelsey Plum with a 6-word message on Instagram. She had a more powerful message for the New York Liberty guard, Sabrina Ionescu, the 4-time All-Star and 3-time All-WNBA selection, will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. After the All-Star game, Ionescu posted a photo on Instagram of her sitting with Caitlin Clark in the locker room. Here we go. Let's look at it. Right here. And Caitlin Clark responded to this. There's Caitlin. There's Sabrina. Right here, 4th All-Star appearance in the books, nothing short of grateful. Caitlin Clark answered, looking real natural in that locker room. Very interesting. And look, that's the Indiana Fever locker room. So the pitch is on. Look, these players, they're not dumb. They know if they go to a team that Caitlin Clark is on, the amount of attention they're going to receive and raising their level that their brand is on. I mean, look at what's happened with Sophie Cunningham. I mean, look what happened with her, and how her brand has exploded since she arrived at the Indiana Fever. These players know that. They know that. It's from a business standpoint, makes all kinds of sense. And right here, 18.7 points a game, 4.5 rebounds a game, 5.5 assists a game. I mean, she's putting up real numbers. You may be like, well, Kelsey. Look, Kelsey's barely averaging more points than Sabrina, and she's way behind on rebounds and assists. All right? Also, Sabrina's taller than Kelsey. Kelsey's 5'8", Sabrina's 5'11". Now, in case you're wondering, Kelsey Mitchell signed a 1-year supermax contract with the Indiana Fever for 2025. It was worth $250,000. Sabrina, 2-year extension with the New York Liberty in 2023 through this season. The deal is reportedly worth $410,060, an annual salary of $205,030. Wow, she's making more money than Kelsey Mitchell. That's unbelievable. But nonetheless, of course, she's got a signature shoe out there, and she's a star. She's a star in the WNBA. That would be very interesting. It would. Wow. Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham, Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. I mean, that sounds like a fun team. That does sound like a fun team, no doubt about it. You know? And you got a player that when she's not playing shooting guard and Clark's at point guard, anytime Clark needs to, set for a spell, Sabrina Ionescu slides right into that spot and is an offensive juggernaut. I mean, she is. She is an absolute playmaker. That also shows you how good Caitlin Clark is. They're talking about Caitlin Clark having an off year. She's got nearly twice as many assists as Sabrina Ionescu. Unbelievable. Oh, so get ready. Tomorrow night, doesn't look like Caitlin Clark's going to be around. Tell me what you think. Don't walk off a bridge over this. Hang in there. We're all trying to hang in there. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store. Our Make Basketball Great Again shirt and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.